It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. I'm alone. It's so cold outside. I'm alone. It's so cold outside. Yeah, let's go. I don't wanna break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it take me to that place now. I will never let my thoughts get away now. I got better things to do, picking fake now. I just wanna be the best, call me great now. I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I can find my way even when I'm feeling down. I fight, even when I don't know what is right. I'ma pick a side, and I'ma take pride. I will decide my fate, and I will never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shape me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold.
Hello, YouTube! Welcome back to Rain Knight Gaming. I'm Rain Knight, and this is my Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Only adventure. If you're new to the channel, I'll run down the rules for you real quick. We start the week off with $40, and we buy sealed only product. No singles allowed, no trading allowed, just hardcore luck of the draw. But if we do get kind of lucky and get expensive cards, we can throw that stuff into the sell box, sell it back to our store for more sealed product. The goal is to build the best darn Toon deck we can out there, and then take it online, see how we do. Heads up, in the weeks to come, we're going back to locals. So, look forward to that in a few weeks. But until then, let's go over what we've done in the past 20 weeks. We started off with two of the Toon Speed Duel boxes that, well, high insight, pretty garbage way to start. We did get a lot of cards, we built our deck up, and we got murdered online. Yeah, it did not do well for a really long time. I don't remember the week we got our first win. At week 10, we had actually built a fairly competent deck. Not great, but we were starting to build back some kind of win percentage. And we priced the deck, side deck, main deck, out at about $250, $280. In the next 10 weeks, we took a hard turn. We got some polls we were not expecting, and eventually started going down this route of a 60 card Gren Maju Toon Titans beat down 9,000 all kinds of bleh deck. That, abbreviate that to something. Okay, so where does that leave us price-wise? Okay, if I go through the whole main deck, the side deck, the extra deck, and turns out we're sitting right around $500. So actually, we've got a fairly expensive deck now. It's nothing compared to some of those decked out meta decks that can cost you over $1,000. But I'm pretty impressed with what we've put together so far. And I am really looking forward to what we're going to build in the future. I know I've already got product lined up to try to improve the deck in some different ways. And a little heads up for things to come in the weeks. One, going back to locals. It's my first time back since shutdown, and I've only really ever been to one locals, where I got murdered. So that old zombie Shadal deck that I tried first time out did not go very well because I didn't understand anything. But after a year of playing and 7 months of doing this Yugi-Tubi thing, I feel a little more competent, mostly incompetent, but a little more competent. You guys can make the decision on that. I'm excited to go. I've already contacted the places I'm going, and as long as my opponent's cool with it, they're going to allow me to film, and I'll bring that stuff to you guys, so you can watch me get destroyed in real life. That's going to be a lot of fun. But until then, we've got some packs this week. Hopefully we pull something good. And it is time to open dem packs. God, that sounds dumb, but I love saying it. Okay, I am really excited for this opening because we've got 6 packs of Duel Overload and 3 packs from a special edition of Rising Rampage. You can probably guess what we want from this Rising Rampage. We want to get some of them Gizmek level 8s. I found out something really cool about Euro prints. You can usually find them for cheaper than American stuff, so yay! So we spent right at our $40 budget this week, and we've got a fair amount of packs to open. And the promos, I don't think we need anything for these promos, but you know, take a look. Marincess and Marincess. That's a Nostress. That's stupid. Okay, so we're gonna bust right into the Rising Rampage. I mean, I want that level 8. He summons out himself. He's awesome. So we got a gem. We got a birdie. Ooh, board blocker. That's not terrible. We got some more bird support. And we got a dream mirror. Shiny. Don't need her. And we got, this dude's weird looking. Snake lady. Ooh, and a bug. And more bird support. So nothing there. And go right into the Duel Overload. There's actually a ton of stuff I would love to get out of the Duel Overload. You know, if we pulled something like an Anaconda, I'd love that. We got 5. We got the Emperor. We got some gears. We got Vandy's ruler. And nothing there. Back to the other packs. There's also a couple field spells we'd like to get. We got Defender. And GT. Beetle. A big Nova-y looking dragon. Fire dragon. And another snake lady. A birdie. Dinosaur. A sword sting. Link back. That's it from there. Okay, let's bust more into these Duel Overlords. We would like to get Golden Castle, other things, pretty cool. Oh, Sky Strikers, right off the ban list, we could start doing that. Flaming Sword, got a doggy, got a birdie, got a snaky, lizard, swordy, there we go. But there's lots of good stuff out of here. Hopefully we pull something. We got some Creator, we got a Super Zord, got a Double Evolution, nothing good, nothing good. So more to here. Oh, yeah. That is not something we need, but I will take that. Cash monies. We got another bird. Actually, nice hand trap. Nice hand trap. I might put him in. It's possible. But $20 right into the cash basically for that dude is nice. Oh, some more money. She's worth a little bit. And we got another swordsman, giants, a goddess. Nothing. Okay, last 2 here. Let's hope we get our Gizmek Orochimaru. I can't say it. The 8 dude. Volter. Psychic Fervor. Marincess Kurt. Birdie support. Mirror. Damn mirrors. Vision. A birdie. And this dude and a dino. Nothing there. Okay, last pack. Put some juju on it here. Hoping for something we want. I'm hoping for that. Not that. And the evacuation's not terrible. Cubic is terrible. Randy Rulers is terrible. Dang. Okay, so we got nothing out of that except, you know, almost $40 into the sell box. That's not terrible. I mean, I think I'll take $10 of that and bust out a Structure Deck of the Gods. I prefer this one, the Tormentor one, because he's got a couple nice cards in there. But you can probably guess what we really want out of here. We're finally getting the Harpy's Feather Duster. Woohoo! I'm excited and also disappointed in our opening so far. But excited for the Feather Duster. This is a cool deck. I don't think it'll ever be really viable, but you never know. And it's got some neat cards in it. Angel 1-0 is pretty cool, but there he is. Harpy's Feather Duster, and a nice rarity too. Loving that. We got some other garbage we're not gonna even pretend to care about. Some plant stuff there. Some Sabertooths. A dino. Some Raw Disciple. Whatever that is. A beaver. And these Gizmeks are kind of cool. Probably not going to use them. I might test them out though. Brain Control is a possibility. If you needed a Monster Reborn, that's cool. Double summon's kind of interesting. I don't think we would use it. You got these are awesome hand traps. That, nope. Cloning, Drowning Mirror is not bad. But here's what we got so far. You see, you get a lot out of this structure deck. And if it was earlier in our series, we'd probably go into our deck. But right now, just Harpy's Feather Duster. So let's get into the deck profile. We got 60 cards and a whole lot of love. That's so dumb. Okay, so we start out with our Toon Kingdoms, running 3 of those. Heart and soul of the deck still, because it runs a lot of stuff through it. Also gives us a lot of protection. And it's kind of a target now, too, that we can play through, which is pretty cool. More Toon support. Toon Bookmark. Can search any of our Toon things from our deck to our hand. Mostly we go for our Cosmic Hand through this. And then we've got 3 of our Toon Table of Contents. Lets us get to our bookmark or any of our other things that have Toon in the title. So really good searcher. Then we go right into our Comic Hands. Definitely running 3 of these. It's probably one of my favorite cards in the whole game right now because people just don't see it coming and it's irritating to them. Then we've got another one of my new favorite cards, Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. It's so gnarly. It just wipes out boards. And if we've got Toon Kingdom and a Toon in the field, our Toons are protected. So people don't see that coming at all. Super Poly. I go back and forth running this 3 or 2, but right now I'm sitting at 2. It just lets you clear boards off monsters that usually are protected from a lot of other stuff. A lot of Dragoon stuff, you know. And then, of course, one of our biggest searchers, our Pot of Desires, because we're playing our 60 card and we're playing our Grand Maju. So just adds a lot of power. Plus our Eaters get benefit off of it. It's a great card to have. Good back row removal. We've got our Twin Twister, along with, we also run 2 Comic Cyclones. These are just great back row removal. Having them in the deck now, I just don't know why I wasn't playing them before. It's fantastic getting them. Also, Twin Twister works great with our Dangers to help for added removal. Then we go into the big boy here. Cleans up the whole back row. Harpy's Feather Duster. Super happy to have this. I would play more if they would allow us to, but we can't, so I don't. Then we go right into more searching. Trade-in. I cut this down to 2 because it was a little bricky, but it's great. Use level 8 and get 2 cards. So it's a nice 2 for 2. Helps clean up your hand. Monster Reborn. I think it's a necessity in almost any deck because it's just free monsters. Especially since you can summon from your opponent's graveyard as well. Another one of our Toon Page Flip works great in conjunction with all of our level 8s and our Dangers because it lets us just power out level 8s, getting to our 97, and going for game. Great Searcher card, Hidden Armory, gets us to our hand and lets us just take people's monsters. If I started playing other equip spells, it would also search those, so maybe in the future. We've got Shadow Toon. If we Nibiru somebody for a huge amount, this just pops them for a ton of damage, and no one ever sees it coming. It's just a really cool card. Then we've got our Terraforming. Currently, it just searches our Toon Kingdom. I'm hoping in the future to get the Golden Castle, so then I would have 2 options to search, instead of it just being kind of a brick if your Toon Kingdom's already on the field. We're also playing Traps now, which I'm really enjoying and am thinking about adding more. We've got 2 Solemn Strikes. It's fantastic, and I may bump that up to 3 in the future. And we get into our monsters. We got our 3 level 8 Toons. Effects don't really matter except for Toon BLS. If Toon's on the field, he can pop a monster. It's pretty awesome. The real big one in the group, hoping to extend him soon, Grand Maju. Any cards in the graveyard for banished for us, I should know how monsters work. He gets times 400 attack. He can get big quick. Some nice removals. We got a level 8 Lava Golem. Not level 8 Dino Wrestler, but he's great to pop stuff, so it's pretty good. And we've got one of my favorite cards, Eater of Millions. He is great. Anybody attacks him, he banishes, and he can banish up to 5 or more cards, so he can really go for an OTK. Then we go into our dangers. We've got our 2 Bigfoot, and then we've got our 2 Big Bird, or Thunderbird. They're awesome, level 8, and you can draw a card from them, or, depending on if they, get out on the field, draw a card, but if they're sent to the graveyard, they each one can send a card that's face down, one's send a card that's face up. So, good removal. And then we go right into our Kaiju packages. We've got 2 Gamma Seal. It's our littlest one. So usually we'll be giving that to our enemy. And then we have 2 of our Butterfly. He's kind of our medium one, and you'll usually see him out and about. These are just great for getting rid of those untargetable, unaffected, blah 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 monsters that somebody puts out there, and they think that you've got your hard to rights. We got our 2 Flame Kaijus, because, Dragoon's immune, but you can just Kaiju them, and it's game over. Pretty awesome. So then we move right into our hand traps. We've got 2 Ash Blossom. I keep a 3rd in the side deck. Sometimes I put it in there if they do a lot of searching. It's one of the best hand traps. It's really generic, really good, all the time. And of course, we run our favorite card. Not Toon Nibiru, that'd be awesome. Nibiru, the primal being. They summon 5 times, drop it on their head. I have won a lot of games with just this card. And keep going with the hand traps. We've got Psy-Frame Gamma and Psy-Frame Driver. It's pretty awesome. You stop them on your turn, on their turn. On your turn, if you hit it, you can go into a synchro. Speaking of extra deck, we've got number 97. He can do it twice. He can make numbered dragons, and he is just awesome. Pulled him by accident. Love him so much. That lets you get into, we play 2 now, number 100 Numeron Dragon. For the number of levels ranks that are on the field, he gains 1,000 attack. He pretty much is always at 9,000, but he can get really big real fast. Usually just material, number 107. He's got some nice effects, but I've never actually summoned him out, just him, unless I was losing. Another one that's basically just materials is number C107. He's nice if you think someone's going to try to silence you, or you have a defense monster across from you, because he'll go hit for 4,500, so pretty nice. Feeties, and not anything I've ever really summoned, but he's just a level 8. In case things happen, he could come up. He's mostly fodder for Eater. Another one that's kind of cool, he is, if your opponent can't target him with things, or, different effects, he's something if you're going first. I really want to replace him with Harbinger. Then we've got a new one. I put it in there. It's a good card going first. It's got some different effects that may come up, but currently he's just Eater fodder. Trying to keep things in there. Against cards that work in their graveyard, we've got Sky Prison. Thank Pokemon Arc for suggesting this to the hand. It's pretty cool, and it's similar to Abyss Dweller. Then we get into our Super Poly targets. We've got Mud Dragon. It's a nice little Super Poly target. Had in the deck for a long time. Probably staying there. And we've got one of my favorite ones. Any 2 Darks get out there, Dragoon, anyone, you can summon this guy out, and he has got some gnarly effects. Including when he gets sent to the graveyard, you basically wipe out their entire board. So, very nice. I like keeping Mega Fleet in there. I've ran into several, Cyber Dragon decks that he just screws with them, and it's a lot of fun. So, I'm probably going to keep him in there as long as I can. Then you've got to have the one Link Karibo in case your Eater gets silenced. You can go right into this dude, so you have a little bit of support on deck. Nice little card to have in any deck. And just in case we get a lot of monsters on the field, we can go right into Zeroboros. He's basically a Grand Maju, so really cool. the extra deck is looking really spicy. Got a lot of fun stuff in here. And right here, we've got our Scarlet for our Gamma package. Lets us get into a rank 8, clear the board, and then Xyz off into our number 97 just to kill him. It's pretty cool. Okay, it's game time. Let's hope we don't lose. So here we go. We are going against J Chip Show. He's been a sub for a long time, really good guy, and he is playing Orchist. Orchist turns out to still be pretty darn good. And he's able to set up, it looks like a fairly unassuming board, but really is powerful. We start trying to go into our Toon plays and our level 8 plays, but it doesn't go completely to plan, because he's got effects in his graveyard that stop me from activating other monster effects. So we're just ending on a fairly unassuming board, and he's able to silence our Eater, which really sucks. So we're just ending on our level 8, and he's going to have one of our level 8s. So it's not looking the best for us so far. I'm really just hoping at this point, I know Orchist summons a lot, so I was hoping he'd commit a bunch to the board and I'd be able to Nibiru him. It doesn't really go to plan for me. He goes into Xyz and just kind of hits me in for a lot of damage, sets another trap, and luckily he does have 2 darks in the field, so I'm going to go ahead and Super Poly, bring out Venom, hit him in the face, and hope that that holds pretty good, or he commits a ton of stuff to the board and I'm able to Nibiru him. But he's apparently far too good for that. He never gives me a chance to Nibiru, and he is able to get rid of my board and take me for the win. Going into game 2, going second again, because I love going second. I don't have the best hand here, but it's not garbage. So, because I've got the 2 Kaijus, I've got some removal, and other things like that. So, I'm kind of hoping that I'll be able to clear his board and at least, have a good starting off point. He ends on basically the same board, just different back rows as he did last time, so that's kind of disconcerting. And, we're able to search. We get to use our Harpy's Feather Duster, pretty awesome, and we're able to clear off his board almost entirely, except you got to worry about what's in his graveyard. We talked afterwards, and he said he's very vulnerable to not being able to banish. So I actually had cited in my Lancias, but you see I drew all of those, and he's able to just get a fairly good board going again. I try to stop him, but just recycling cards. Orchist is a really cool deck. I'm gonna have to go in and look at it. Brings out the biggest of the boys, the access code talker, and it's painful getting killed by the card I've been trying to pull. So we lose 2-0. It sucks, but whatever. Then we're going against a random on Yugioh Pro, and he is playing Salamangreats. Salamangreats has, I think it's got Mirage Stalio back, and I think Salamangreats, it may be one of the better decks here coming up in the next month or two, so watch out for that. I was able to stop him right at the beginning. I think I probably went for the stop too early there, but, whatever. He's able to clear off our board, but he went into access code talker. I thought he should have waited on that. And we're able to just get rid of it through popping with a danger, and he actually surrenders off of that. So we're going to go in game 2, all the marbles. If I can win this one, at least I'll end off even for the week and not lose ground that I've been making up. We've got mad hand traps. We've got our Ash Blossom, and then we've got our Gamma, which is pretty good. We go ahead and Feather Duster, get rid of that, try to do our danger plays, but he Ash Blossoms, so we get to do Gamma this turn. And then, you know, we get our bird, synchro summon, go into A97, go into 100, and hit him in the face for 9k. Over 9,000 for the win. So pretty cool. We did end up, you know, dropping 1-2-0, and dropping 1-0-2, and then winning 2-0. So ending the week even. I'll take it. Thank you very much, Chips, or J Chips, not sure what you go by. That was a great match. I hope to play him again soon. You know, I want to test the deck out on more, not just sealed decks or other things like that, but, you know, more competent strategies to really see what I'm doing wrong and what I can improve on. You know, because as I said in the beginning of the video, you get better by learning from your losses. I've lost a lot, I've learned a lot, and I'm hoping to learn more in the future. So, pretty good. I do want to give a little heads up. I am planning to put out a little shorter series, maybe a little budget deck kind of series. And that should be coming out in between the sealed only stuff, because these do take me a little longer to put out. That sounds kind of gross, but oh well. I'll see you guys next time. I'm Rain Knight. This has been Rain Knight Gaming. I can't talk. I'm gonna end the video now before I start blah 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 blah. I'm not editing that out. Screw it, I'm done. See ya. Where's the button? I'm turning this off.